Hi everyone, Sumit Chandra this side, and I welcome you to our channel SolutionBridge Network and one-stop solution for all your Power Platform tutorials. If you are working with Microsoft Fabric or Power BI, one of the most common question is how can I automatically refresh my data flow, then refresh my semantic model once the data flow refresh has completed. Many developers still refresh them manually, while others schedule them separately, which often creates dependency issues. Imagine this scenario. Your data flow takes 15 minutes to refresh, but your semantic model starts refreshing after just 5 minutes. What happens? The semantic model refreshes using old data because the data flow has not finished yet. That's exactly the problem we will solve in today's video. We have two different approaches to automate this process. The first approach uses Microsoft Fabric Pipelines, which is Microsoft's recommended orchestration tool inside Fabric. The second approach uses Power Automate, where we will build an automated cloud flow that refreshes the data flow first, then refreshes the semantic model. Both methods are useful, but they have different advantages depending on your environment. In this video, we will primarily focus on Fabric pipeline, and in another video, I will demonstrate the same how to achieve the same automation using Power Automate. So let's get started. I am in the workspace now, and this is my data flow L2, and this is my report name that I have built by using this data flow, and this is my semantic model name. Let me go to lineage view and show how my data is connected. So here you can see my report name, that is T2. This is my semantic model name T2 report, and this is the data flow, and the data is coming from this SharePoint. Let me move to the list view again. Now let's understand what Fabric pipeline actually is. Think of Fabric pipeline as a workflow engine. Instead of manually performing tasks one by one, we simply create activities and connect them together. Every activity performs a specific operations. For example, refreshing a data flow, refreshing a semantic model, running a notebook, copying data, executing SQL, calling REST APIs, sending notifications, running data factory activities, and many more. The biggest advantage is that every activity can wait until the previous activity finishes successfully. This makes pipeline ideal for ETL orchestration. Let's now create our pipeline. Inside the workspace, click on New Item. Select Pipeline, or here you can type pipeline. Give your pipeline a meaningful name. Let's say, for example, refresh data flow and semantic models. Let me click on Create button. You will see a blank canvas. This is where we will build our workflow. Now let's add our first activity from the activity panes. Here we have activities. So we will click on data flow first. Here we can put the name. Let me change the name as data flow refresh. And we have settings. In settings, by default, the workspace will be selected where we creating this pipeline, but from here you can change it. Now choose the data flow that you want to refresh. If your workspace contains multiple data flows, simply select the appropriate one. That's it. Our first activity is ready. Whenever the pipeline executes, this activity will trigger the data flow refresh. Next, we will refresh the semantic model. Again, search for semantic model refresh activity. So here we can see semantic model refresh, and if it is not visible here, we have triple dot to see all the activities, and from here you can search your activity as well. Let me select semantic model for now. Here also I'll just change the name as semantic model refresh. Let me come to settings. Here first we have to establish the connection. Here I already have created a connection, so simply from here I will select my connection name. If you want to create it for first time, you can click on browse all, and from there you can create the connection by simply authenticating your credential. Next, we need to select the workspace name, and at last we need to select the report name, that is T2 report refresh. Here we have another option, that is tables. This is a very useful option. If you want to refresh all the tables, you can simply select all. But if you wanted to refresh some selected tables, from here you can select those tables which you wanted to refresh. The important part comes next. We don't want both activities running together. Instead, the semantic model should only refresh after the data flow has successfully completed. So we will connect the success output from the data flow activity to the semantic model activity. This dependency ensures that the second activity waits until first one finishes successfully. This one is the biggest strength of Fabric pipeline. Now, let me configure some other activities to notify that refresh is successful or there is a failure. So let me click on Teams icon, and here Microsoft Teams come. So MS Teams notification. This would be my name, and in setting simply we'll select the connection. First time we have to create the connection. We have to post either in a channel or group chat. So now I'm posting it inside a channel. Let me select the teams. So it will load the teams. I selected it. Also let me select the channel name. I select the channel name. Now let me put a subject, report refresh successful. Let me copy and paste the same message here. Now, on success of my semantic model refresh, this will send a message inside Teams. Now let me configure if it is failure, how I can handle it. For that, I just select Office 365 email and let me configure it. So in name, I'll put Office 365 email notification. Let's come to setting. From here, we need to select the connection. Into, let me put my email ID, and in subject, let me put alert report refresh failed. Let me copy the same message in the body. Now we will connect this. If our semantic model refresh fails, then it will trigger this email. Also, if our data flow refresh fail, then also it will trigger me this email. So if any activities fail, then it will trigger the email. Now everything is configured. Let's click on save the pipeline and let's run it. You can see the first activity starts executing. Once the data flow refresh completes successfully, the pipeline automatically start semantic model refresh, and accordingly it will send the notifications. the pipeline automatically starts refreshing the semantic models. Notice that we didn't manually trigger anything. The pipeline handled the dependency automatically. So now it's in the next stage, that is refreshing our semantic model. And from here also you can see in the activity that this activity is in progress and this is completed. Also from here we can see when it started and the duration. So now it's successful. So it's triggering the last activity, that is sending the notification to the user. So you can see now it says run successfully. So pipeline status is success. So if we go to teams, if we come to channel, here you can see the message report refresh successful, and it is repeated twice as in the subject and message. In both places I type the same thing. Now let me go to the workspace again and show you refresh history of the data flow. So let me come to the data flow, and here if I see recent runs, so here it will show you that now we just refresh this data flow. So here you can see on this date, this time it has successfully refreshed. Similarly, if you come to the semantic model, and here if we check the refresh history, here also you can see that it has refreshed successfully now. Let me go to the workspace again. So instead of manually running this pipeline, we can schedule this. So I open the pipeline, I come to schedule, and from here we can schedule this. Add schedule, and here let me select daily ones, save. So daily, this time it will automatically refresh. Another great feature of Fabric pipeline is monitoring. So if we come to view run history, here we can check the monitoring activities. If any activities fails, you can immediately identify the step caused the issue. You can also check execution time, start time, end time, status, and other information as well. And from here, you can enable some other columns as well based on your requirement. So you can see status, logs, error message, run history. This makes troubleshooting much easier than manual refreshes. That brings us the end of today's video. Today, we learned how to automate data flow and semantic model refresh using Microsoft Fabric pipeline. If you are building enterprise-grade data solution in Microsoft Fabric, understanding orchestration is an essential skill, and Fabric pipelines make it much easier to build reliable, maintainable refresh process. Also, let me know in comments if you have any questions. Thanks for watching. Subscribe our channel, hit the like button and press the bell icon for the new video alerts.